Thank you. And now let's meet today's participants. First from Mercyhurst. Mercyhurst is coached by Ryan Patton, who is in his 14th season as the head coach. He's assisted by Janelle Patton, Bethany Vaughn, and Dave Rack. The Lakers give him tonight's match a 10-19 record overall, a 6-10 record in the PSAC Northwest. First for the non-starter Lakers. Number 4, Madison Casper. Number 5, Tessa Innish. Number 6, Beth Brady. Number 8, Joey Gomsky. Number 9, Melissa Tass. Number 10, Kelly Wilson. Number 12, Penny Benjamin. Number 13, Sarah Kenny. Number 14, Megan Yako. And number 17, Julia Vanille. And now our starters. Number 1, Mary Caruso. At libero, number 2, Hannah Holston. Number 3, Shelby Chesto. Number 7, Melissa Zernow. Number 11, Leah Kerr. Number 15, Kate Bear. And number 16, Melissa Quinn. Now let's meet your fighting Scots. And most coached by Missy Sokoloski, who has 14 seasons as head coach and 24th-year overall as head coach. He's assisted by Lee Anderson. Fighting Scots won today's match at a 13-13 overall record and a 6-10 mark at PSAC Northwest. First and non-starters. Number 1, Andy Mosey. Number 2, Jessica Edinboro. Number 3, Jordan Van Oss. Number 7, Hannah Francois. Number 11, Morgan Sharp. Number 17, Sarah Armstrong. And number 20, Abigail Porter. Now let's meet your starters for the Fighting Scots. And the leader of 5'9" sophomore from Winnipeg, Canada, number 5, Amy Morris. At the barrel, 5'7" sophomore from East New York, number 6, Paul Meyer. At center, 5'9" freshman from Oakland, number 12, Alicia Elliman. And outside here, 5'9" senior from Winnipeg, Ohio, number 14, Megan Streptoff. At the middle hitter, 6'2" freshman from Chesterland, Ohio, number 16, Kelly Sturgill. Outside hitter, 5'9" senior from Huron, Ohio, number 18, Anna Cantro. And outside hitter, 5'8" sophomore from Rio, Ohio, number 19, Cece Jackson. Those are your starters. Enjoy the match.
Volleyball matchup against Mercyhurst University. Tomorrow on WFSC, we will have the broadcast of the football game at noon. It is Military Appreciation Day for them tomorrow at noon as well. I believe they're facing off against IUP tomorrow, who is 7-2. Our Fighting Scots football team sitting 6-3 right now. So also should be a game to watch. And then tomorrow night, joining us back here, we will also be on the broadcast. It'll be Chris Rosado instead. Tomorrow night here at Macomb Fieldhouse as the women's volleyball matchup for their last regular PSAC match of the season against Gannon University. Out on the court for Edinboro now, going left to right, starting from the front. You got Sierra Jackson, Sally Sturgill, Hannah Cantrell. You've got Megan Skreptuk, Molly Breyer, and Alicia Eldridge. Both teams looking ready to go as Mercyhurst is getting out on the court here. Again, like I said, Edinboro sitting 13-13 overall and 6-10 in the PSAC Northwest. Mercyhurst sitting 10-19 and 5-11 in the PSAC Northwest. And as Mercyhurst is just down the road, as Tubby would say, we've got quite the crowd out here tonight. Mercyhurst with the first serve. Edinboro getting it over with a quick hit from Sierra Jackson. Mercyhurst sending it back over, but a kill from Sally Sturgill. Gonna send it to the floor of Mercyhurst side to get the first point of the match, or the set here. 1-0 is your score in this first set. They're gonna sub out Hannah Cantrell for Jessica Giannacaro before they go into their serve. Giannacaro serve is gonna be up and over the back line of Mercyhurst side. Giannacaro currently, before this match, leading in aces for Edinboro with 40 aces. Mercyhurst to serve now, number 15, Katie Baird. Serve is up and over. Alicia Eldridge diving in there to get the ball up and out onto Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Again, Alicia Eldridge diving in there. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it. Sierra Jackson getting a hand on it. Mercyhurst scrambling to get control of the ball. They do. Alicia Eldridge with a set and a tip from Megan Skreptok right to the floor of Mercyhurst side. Score is now 2-1 here in this first set. It's going to be Sally Sturkle to serve for Edinboro. Sturkle, the freshman, is second in kills for the team with 222 for her season so far. Over to Mercyhurst side, it's going to go off of Edinboro's hands and hit the floor and be Mercyhurst point there. 2-2 here in the first set. Mercyhurst serve now. Up and over the ball goes. Right to Megan Skreptok. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it, sending it back to Skreptok with a strong hit. Mercyhurst getting a hand on it. And a lack of communication. After a lack of communication, it's going to hit the floor there. 3-2 here in Macomb Fieldhouse. Sierra Jackson to serve for Edinboro now. Jackson is leading in kills for the team before this game, 298. Serve is up and over. It's going to be an ace, I believe, there. 4-2 now. Edinboro still leading in the first set. Up and over, Jackson serve goes with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. It's going to go outside the back of box of Edinboro's side, but it's going to hit off of an Edinboro player's hands before it does go out. It's going to be Mercyhurst's point there, 4-3 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve now. Serve is up and over onto Edinboro's side. A tip from Eldridge is going to hit the ground of Mercyhurst's side. 5-3 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Senior Megan Skreptok to serve for Edinboro now. Skreptok is third for the team in kills with 204 before this game. Second in digs with 272. And fourth in aces with 22. Her serve is up and over. A set and a hit from Mercyhurst is going to go off of Edinboro's hands and hit the floor outside the box. And be Mercyhurst's point there. 5-4 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve now. Serve is up and over. Right to Megan Skreptok on Edinboro's side. A set from Alicia Eldridge and a little hit from Paige Morris is going to hit the floor of Mercyhurst's side. And by little hit, I mean she just kind of came up there and just hit it just very lightly. And hit the floor of Mercyhurst's side. 6-4 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Molly Breyer to serve for Edinboro now. Serve is up and over. With a set and a hit from Mercyhurst, it's going to go out of bounds and be Edinboro's point. 7-4 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Breyer again to serve for Edinboro. She is currently leading in digs for the team. Before this game, she had 310. Serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side. A set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Molly Breyer gets a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge to Hannah Cantrell, who gets a hand on it. Sends Mercyhurst diving, but they couldn't make the connection to get it back over the net. It's got to be Edinboro's point there. 8-4 here in the first set at Macomb Fieldhouse. Breyer again to serve for Edinboro. Serve is going to be short. It's going to be a service error there. 8-5 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro still in the lead. Mercyhurst to serve. They're going to send the Labaro out to serve. Serve is up and over. Serve is not over. 9-5 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro still in the lead in the first set. Alicia Eldridge to serve for Edinboro. Eldridge, a freshman, is leading currently in aces with 40, assists with 845, and third in digs with 211. Serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side. A quick hit from Mercyhurst right to the back of Edinboro's box on the ground. 9-6 now. Mercyhurst picking up the pace here a little bit. Edinboro still in the lead. Serve is up and over right to Breyer. Eldridge with a signature. Alicia Eldridge is tipped, but Mercyhurst saves it and sends it back over to Edinboro's side. Megan Streptok to Alicia Eldridge. Sally Strickle giving it a strong hit to the floor of Mercyhurst side. 10-6 here at McComb Fieldhouse in this first set. Jessica Giancarlo again to serve for Edinboro now. Serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit right back to Jessica Giancarlo on Edinboro side. A set from Eldridge and a hit from Streptok sends Alicia Eldridge running after it's blocked off of Mercyhurst's hand. It's going to hit the floor of Edinboro side and be Mercyhurst's point there. 10-7 in this first set. Mercyhurst serve now. Up and over right to Molly Breyer in the back row. Eldridge with another one of her signature side tips, hitting the floor of Mercyhurst side this time. 11-7 here at McComb Fieldhouse. Sally Sturkle to serve for Edinboro now. Sturkle's serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst slowing it down and gaining control with a set and a strong hit. It's going to go off of Edinboro's hands and all the way out of bounds on the back side of their court. 11-8 here in McComb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve. Edinboro still in the lead. Up and over Mercyhurst serve goes right to Jessica Giancarlo with a set from Eldridge and a hit from Sierra Jackson. It's going to go off of Mercyhurst's hands and out of bounds. 12-8 here at McComb Fieldhouse. Sierra Jackson to serve now for Edinboro. Serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side. They get a hand on it, then Labarro's going to slow it down for them. And a hit sends it back to Edinboro side. To Breyer to Eldridge with a set to Streptok, sending it back to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst with a hit from the front left. It's going to be a strong hit. Going to go off of Jessica Giancarlo's hands and out of bounds there. It's going to be 12-9 here in this first set. Edinboro in the lead. Mercyhurst serve up and over right to Hannah Brentar. Alicia Eldridge getting a set on it. Megan Streptok with a tip on the Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst gets a hand on it but couldn't gain control. It's going to be Edinboro's point there. 13-9 here at McComb Fieldhouse. Megan Streptok to serve for Edinboro now. Serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst gaining control of it very quickly, sending it back to Megan Streptok. Over to Mercyhurst side again. A tip right to Hannah Brentar. Hannah Brentar to Eldridge. Eldridge is going to give it a tip over to Mercyhurst side and get a point. 14-9 here at McComb Fieldhouse. Megan Streptok again to serve for Edinboro. Serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst again quickly gaining control of it, sending it back to Edinboro side. Breyer sending her teammates running. They did follow it all the way to the bleachers, but once it reached the bleachers, it was out. 14-10 here at McComb Fieldhouse in this first set. Mercyhurst to serve. It's going to be number 7, Alyssa Zernheld. Zernald's serve is up and over for Mercyhurst, right to Hannah Brentar. Alicia Eldridge tipping it over the net. Almost didn't make it over, but did. Mercyhurst gained control of it very quickly again. Streptok to Eldridge. Paige Morris giving it a tip over the net. Mercyhurst Labarro getting a hand on it, and then they send it back with a strong hit. Breyer got a hand on it. Eldridge with a set to Cancel, who sends it over and onto the floor of Mercyhurst side. 15-10 here at McComb Fieldhouse. It's going to be Molly Breyer to serve for Edinboro now. Breyer's serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst right to Hannah Brentar, who's going to send it underneath the net there. And it's going to be Mercyhurst point. 15-11 here at McComb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst Lavarro with the serve right to Megan Streptok on Edinboro's side with a set from Eldridge and a tip from Cantrell. It's going to hit the floor of Mercyhurst side and be a point for Edinboro. 16-11 here at McComb Fieldhouse. Alicia Eldridge to serve now. Eldridge's serve up and over onto Mercyhurst's side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst, an attempted block from Edinboro. Eldridge is going to get a set on it, send it to Sierra Jackson, who's going to send it over to Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst slowing it down, gaining control, and sending it back to Edinboro's side. Edinboro attempting to hit it over, but it's going to get blocked by Mercyhurst's defense there. 16-12 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro still in the lead for this first set. Mercyhurst to serve now for this serve. Up and over onto Edinboro's side. Megan Skreptok, Alicia Eldridge, and Sally Circle getting it back over to Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst sending it to Megan Skreptok. Eldridge with the set to Cantrell, tipping it over to Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst again gaining control very quickly, sending it quickly back to Edinboro. Breyer getting a hand on it. Cantrell slowing it down. Skreptok sending it back to Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst with a strong hit, sending it through the floor of Edinboro's side, ending that volley. 16-13 here in this first set. Mercyhurst to serve up and over. It's going to go all the way over the court of over Edinboro's court, out the backside. 17-13 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro still in the lead. Jessica Giannacaro to serve for Edinboro. Up and over the serve goes right to Mercyhurst side. I got distracted. Up and over to Edinboro's side once again. Alicia Eldridge to Sally Circle, sending it over to Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst couldn't gain control of it and get it back over the net. It's going to be Edinboro's point, 18-13 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. There's going to be a timeout here from Mercyhurst. So we're going to go ahead and take a 30-second timeout with them right here on 88.9 WFSE Fighting Scots Radio.
Sponsors are the lifeblood of our radio station, providing funding that enables us to provide great programming throughout the day and live sportscasts such as the one you're listening to right now. We appreciate all of our sponsors, including Bonnell's Auto Group, featuring collision services and auto sales in Erie and Fairview, and auto class replacement and repair, along with full rod shop services and restoration in Fairview. Information on each service can be found on the web at bonnellsauto.com.
Macomb Fieldhouse. My name is Maddie G. I am your play-by-play / color commentator tonight, on the call by myself here for this women's volleyball matchup against Mercyhurst. Edinboro going into this game 13-13 overall, 6-10 in the PSAC Northwest. Mercyhurst coming into this game 10-19 overall and 5-11 in the PSAC Northwest. Coming back from our first timeout of the game, Edinboro with the ball to serve Jessica Giannacaro. Serve is up and over onto Mercyhurst's side with a set and a tip from Mercyhurst, who sends it right to Alicia Eldridge on Edinboro's side. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it, sending it to Sierra Jackson. The hit's going to be blocked back on Edinboro's side. Megan Skreptok sending it back to Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst again sending it back to Edinboro's side. Alicia Eldridge with a set to Sierra Jackson, getting it back over to Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst getting it back over to Edinboro's side. Alicia Eldridge to Megan Skreptok. It's going to go off of a Mercyhurst Lakers' hands and out of bounds there and be Edinboro's point for that long volley. 19-13 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Again, Jessica Giannacaro to serve for Edinboro. Giannacaro's serve is up and over onto Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst with a quick tip. Molly Breyer coming in and saving it from touching the ground. Alicia Eldridge to Megan Skreptok. Skreptok sends it over to Mercyhurst's side. It's going to hit the floor 20-13 in this first set. Edinboro in the lead. Jessica Giannacaro again to serve for Edinboro. Giannacaro's serve is going to be short. It's going to be Mercyhurst's point there, 20-14 now as Mercyhurst gets the serve. The serve is up and over onto Edinboro's side. Giannacaro getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge with a side tip, but Mercyhurst is catching on, and they saved it and sent it back over to them. Giannacaro to Eldridge with a set to Jackson. Jackson with a strong hit is going to go off Mercyhurst player's hands and fly onto the floor. 21-14 here in the first set. Sally Sturkle to serve for Edinboro now. Serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit. Edinboro's going to serve back a strong block there. Mercyhurst getting in control of the ball again, sending it back to Edinboro's side. It's going to go through their defense there and hit the floor. 21-15. Edinboro in the lead for this first set. Mercyhurst serve is up and over onto Edinboro's side. Gianna Caro, a set from Eldridge and a hit from Paige Morris is going to go over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst sending it back to Edinboro's side. Alicia Eldridge again with a set. Paige Morris with a hit. It's going to hit a Mercyhurst player's hands before it goes out of bounds there. And it's going to be Edinboro's point. 22-15 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this first set. Edinboro in the lead. Sierra Jackson to serve for Edinboro now. Up and over onto Mercyhurst side, off the hands of a player. They gain control of it very quickly. Alicia Eldridge had the ball. She's going to set it up and send it to Megan Skreptok, who sends it to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst quickly sending it back to Edinboro side. Eldridge with the set to Skreptok again. Mercyhurst gets a hand on it, and it's going to be Edinboro's point as it goes out of bounds. 23-15 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this first set. Sierra Jackson serve is up and over for Edinboro. Mercyhurst quickly gaining control again and sending it to the floor of Edinboro's side. 23-16 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. We've got a bunch of substitution happening on both sides. For Edinboro side, we've got Alicia Eldridge, Paige Morris, Hannah Brenchard, Molly Breyer, Megan Skreptok, and Jessica Gianacaro. Mercyhurst serve is up and over. Hannah Brenchard getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge was a set to Megan Skreptok. Megan Skreptok a strong block in between the Mercyhurst Lakers hands and the floor. It goes 24-16. Edinboro in the lead and at match point for this first set. Megan Skreptok to serve for Edinboro. Serve is up and over. A set and a hit from Mercyhurst. It's going to go out of bounds. But it's going to be Mercyhurst's point as it did hit an Edinboro player's hands before it went out of bounds. 24-17 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Up and over from Mercyhurst side to Edinboro side. It's going to go off of Megan Skreptok's hands and out of bounds there. 24-18 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro still in the lead. Mercyhurst to serve. Serve is up and over. Megan Skreptok getting a hand on it, sending it right to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst sending it back. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge setting it to Hannah Cantrell, getting the last kill of the game, of the set. 25-18 is your final score for that first set. We're going to go ahead and take a 1-minute break here on 88.9 WFSE Fighting Scots Radio.
People join Walk MS.
For those who think, those who create, those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
And fundraising to end MS forever. Together, we can change the world for people.
hand in my stats here. We're about 57 seconds away from the second set of this match. Edinboro has the first set under their belt, but still a lot of volleyball to be played. A very good even set match coming from both teams. Both teams stepping up their game a little more each time. Edinboro coming into this game 13-13 overall and 6-10 in the PSAC Northwest. Mercyhurst coming into this game 10-19 overall and 5-11 in the PSAC Northwest. Edinboro looking ready to go with 29 seconds left on the clock. Mercyhurst is making their way out to the court. For Edinboro, currently on the court, we've got Sally Sturkle, Hannah Cantrell, Sierra Jackson, Megan Spreptok, Alicia Eldridge, and Paige Morris. But every time I do that, somebody comes in at last minute. 7 seconds left before this second set. As I mentioned before, we were playing Mercyhurst, which is right down the road, as Tubby would say. So we do have quite the crowd here tonight, and I'm not even counting the student athletes that are out there tonight. We've got a lot of them out there. I see a lot of the basketball team, lacrosse team. The swimming team is swimming right now next door in the pool house. So if you're here, make sure you're keeping updated with them too. Into this game, Alicia Eldridge with the first serve of the set. Over to Mercyhurst side, a quick hit from Mercyhurst is going to be blocked by the duo of Hannah Cantrell and Sally Sturkle. It's going to be Edinboro for the first point of the set. 1-0. Alicia Eldridge again to serve for Edinboro. Serve is up and over onto Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it, but it's going to fly off of her hands and go out of bounds there. 1-1 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this second set. Mercyhurst to serve now. Up and over the serve goes Hannah Cantrell getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge with a hand on it. But I believe they're going to call reaching. So it is going to be Mercyhurst's point there. 2-1. Mercyhurst in lead in the second set here. Mercyhurst to serve now. Up and over onto Edinboro side. Hannah Cantrell. Alicia Eldridge setting it to Sally Sturkle, who gets a tip on it and sends it to the floor of Mercyhurst side. 2-2 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Jessica Giannacaro coming out to serve for Edinboro now. Serve is up and over onto Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst getting a hand on it. And it's going to kind of roll off the hand a little odd and hit the floor there. It just kind of immediately hit the hand, stopped, and fell to the floor. 3-2 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in the second set. Jessica Giannacaro serving once again. Up and over. A set and a hit from Mercyhurst right to Molly Breyer. Alicia Eldridge gaining control of it, and Sierra Jackson getting a strong hit on it. Mercyhurst attempts to get it away from the net. It's going to be number 7, excuse me. I'll kind of explain this. Alyssa Zeinheld trying to get a hand on it, but she couldn't quite, and it's going to be Edinboro's point. 4-2 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Giannacaro serve back over the net. On to Edinboro's side. Edinboro scrambling a little bit to gain control of the ball and send it back over. Spreptok sends it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst is going to try and send it to Edinboro's side, but it's going to go out the back of the lock. 5-2 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro in the lead. Jessica Giannacaro again to serve. Up and over onto Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. It's going to go off of Edinboro's hands and out of bounds. 5-3 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro still in the lead in the second set. Serve is up and over from Mercyhurst. A set and a hit from Sally Sturkle. Sturkle's hit's going to go out the back side of the box on Mercyhurst side and hit the ground. 5-4 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve. Up, and it's going to be short. And Edinboro's point there, 6-4 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in the the second set. Sally Sturkle to serve for Edinboro now. Up and over onto Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. An attempted block is going to go off of Edinboro's hands and onto the ground. 6-5 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro still in the lead in this second set. Mercyhurst serve is up and over onto Edinboro side. Jessica Giancarlo getting a hand on it. A set from Eldridge to Megan Skreptok. Skreptok sending it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst sending it right back to Edinboro side, but it's going to be a little left to the box and go out of bounds there. 7-5 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro still in the lead. Sierra Jackson to serve. Waiting for the whistle before she can serve. Sierra Jackson's serve is up and over onto Mercyhurst side. With a set and a hit from Mercyhurst, sending it right back to Jessica Giancarlo. Eldridge getting a set on it right to Megan Skreptok, sending it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst slowing it down before they send it back to Edinboro side. They're going to get a hit on it, but it's going to go out of bounds to the left. 8-5 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Again, Sierra Jackson to serve for Edinboro. Up and over the serve goes to Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Megan Skreptok falling to the ground to get it. Alicia Eldridge getting a hand on it and sending it to Mercyhurst side, but it's going to go out of bounds there and be at Mercyhurst point. 8-6 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this second set. Mercyhurst getting ready to serve. Up and over. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge setting it to Megan Skreptok. Skreptok a strong hit. Mercyhurst slowing it down and gaining control as they send it over to Edinboro side. Giancarlo. Eldridge getting a set on it, and Paige Morris comes flying in to tip it to the floor of Mercyhurst side and get Edinboro a point. 9-6 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Megan Skreptok to serve for Edinboro in this second set. Skreptok serve is up and over onto Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst sending it back to Edinboro side immediately. Edinboro swatting it back to Mercyhurst side. An attempted block from Mercyhurst is going to be foiled by Alicia Eldridge as she gets a hit on it, and it's going to go out of bounds off their hands. 10-6 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Megan Skreptok to serve for Edinboro once again. Serve is up and over and right onto the floor of Mercyhurst side. It's going to be Skreptok to serve again. 11-6 here in the second set. Again, if you're just tuning in, Edinboro has one set currently under their belt. Skreptok serve is going to be short, and it's going to be Mercyhurst point there. 11-7 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve. Up and over. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it. Eldridge setting it for Hannah Cantrell, sending it over to Mercyhurst side. A set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Breyer getting a hand on it. Eldridge setting it to Cantrell. Cantrell sending it back over to Mercyhurst side. With a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. There's going to be a whistle there. They're going to call a double hit on Mercyhurst, and it's going to be Edinboro's point. 12-7 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro's Molly Breyer to serve. Up and over onto Mercyhurst side. A set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Landing outside the box, but it's going to be tipped off an Edinboro player's hands before it goes out. 12-8 here in the second set. Excuse me. Mercyhurst to serve. Up and over. Megan Skreptok getting a hand on it. A set from Eldridge to Cantrell, tipping it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst sending it over to Edinboro. Skreptok to Eldridge. Cantrell with a strong hit. It's going to go in between the Mercyhurst Lakers player and the net and hit the ground. 13-8 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro in the lead in the second set. Alicia Eldridge to serve. Serve is up and over onto Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst quickly gaining control and sending it back to Edinboro side. But the duo of Sierra Jackson and Sally Sturkle are going to block it and send it right to the floor of Mercyhurst side. 14-8 here in the second set at Macomb Fieldhouse. Alicia Eldridge to serve again for Edinboro. Up, and it's going to be short. It's going to be Mercyhurst point there. 14-9 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst again to serve. Serve is up and over on Edinboro's side. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it. A set from Eldridge and a hit from Jackson to the floor of Mercyhurst side. 15-9 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. It's going to be Edinboro in the lead, and Jessica Giannacaro to serve for Edinboro now. Giannacaro's serve is up and over onto Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst gaining control of it and sending it back to Edinboro's side. Breyer to Eldridge with a set to Circle. Circle with a strong hit to Mercyhurst's side. There's going to be a whistle and a double hit there on Mercyhurst's side. It's going to be Edinboro's point 16-9 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Giannacaro to serve for Edinboro. Up and over with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. It's going to go out of bounds outside the back of the box on Edinboro's side. 17-9 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in the second set. Edinboro leading. Jessica Giannacaro will serve after this quick timeout. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout with them. A 30-second timeout here on 88.9 WFSE Fighting Scots Radio.
For those who think, those who create, those who have big ideas, like really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
Giannacaro's serve is up and over onto Mercyhurst's side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. It's going to go off of Lisa Eldridge's hands and hit the banners on the wall and be Mercyhurst's point. 17-10 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve. Up and over. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge setting it for Sally Sturkle. Sturkle getting a hand on it and hit on it and sending it to Mercyhurst's side and on the floor. 18-10 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Sally Sturkle to serve for Edinboro now. Sturkle serve is up and over onto Mercyhurst's side with a set and a tip from Mercyhurst. Sally Sturkle's right there though to catch it. Alicia Eldridge to Sierra Jackson. Mercyhurst is going to block it and set it back to Edinboro's side. Megan Skreptok with a hit back to Mercyhurst's side. A set and a hit from Mercyhurst right to Alicia Eldridge. A little bit of lack of communication there. It's going to hit the floor on Edinboro's side. 18-11 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve. The Lakers serve is up and over. Right to Jessica Giannacaro. Alicia Eldridge setting it to Megan Skreptok with a strong hit over to Mercyhurst's side. A set and a hit from Mercyhurst. But a block from Edinboro is going to send it back to Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst is going to send it back to Edinboro. Sierra Jackson with a strong hit. Mercyhurst is going to get a hand on it though. Back to Edinboro's side. Breyer to Eldridge with a set to Skreptok. Skreptok's serve, her hit's going to be inbounds there. 19-11 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro in the lead in this second set. Sierra Jackson to serve. Jackson serve is up and over onto Mercyhurst's side with a set and a tip from Mercyhurst. Edinboro's Jessica Giannacaro coming flying in. Alicia Eldridge setting up Megan Skreptok to hit it over to Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst getting a hand on it, but not for the second hit. It's going to be Edinboro's point. 20-11 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro still in the lead in this second set. Sierra Jackson to serve. Jackson's serve is going to be up and well over the backside of Mercyhurst's side. We mentioned that Jackson backs all the way up to the wall to make her serves because she has such a strong hit. And it was proven there as it went well over the court and onto the backside of Mercyhurst's side there. There are some good things about a strong hit and some things you have to control about it, and she's usually really good about controlling that. Mercyhurst's serve is going to be short. It's going to be Edinboro's point there. 21-12 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. little bit of substitution here for Edinboro. Megan Skrepchuk's going to serve. But from left to right, we've got Hannah Cantrell, Sarah Armaheiser, Alicia Eldridge, Hannah Brentar, Molly Breyer, and Megan Skrepchuk just took the serve with a set and a tip from Mercyhurst. Alicia Eldridge coming in, Armaheiser getting a hand on it, Cantrell getting a hand on it. As Mercyhurst pokes it back, Breyer and Hannah Brentar are going to send it back over. A strong hit from Mercyhurst. Skrepchuk gets a hand on it, Eldridge gets a hand on it. Cantrell sends it over to Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Breyer gets a hand on it for Edinboro with a set to Hannah Cantrell. Alicia Eldridge sets it to Hannah Cantrell, sends it back over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst sends it back over to Edinboro side, and it's going to hit the floor before Hannah Brentar can come flying in there. 21-13 after that long volley. Mercyhurst point there. They're up to serve now. Mercyhurst serve up and over, right to Hannah Brentar on Edinboro side. A set from Alicia Eldridge. Sarah Armaheiser coming in, flying in, but she was a little short with her hit, and it hits the top of the net and hit the floor of Edinboro side. It's going to be Mercyhurst point there, 21-14. Mercyhurst to serve once again. Up and over. It's going to hit the very, very back of the box on Edinboro side, 21-15. They're going to take a timeout here, so we're going to go ahead and take a 30-second timeout with them here on 88.9 WFSE Fighting Scots Radio.
The Edinboro Sports. And Mercyhurst is up to serve. Serve is up and over, right to Hannah Brentar on Edinboro side with a set from Eldridge and a hit from Cantrell. It's going to go hit the floor of Mercyhurst side, 22-15 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro in the lead in the second set. Sarah Armaheiser to serve for Edinboro now. Morgan Sharp, number 11, Morgan Sharp. Serve is going to be I don't think the whistle had blown there, maybe. But they're going to restart the serve there. As Morgan Sharp's serve goes up and over Mercyhurst with a set and a strong hit to the back of Edinboro's box, but it's going to hit outside the line. 23-15 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Morgan Sharp again to serve for Edinboro. Up and over on the Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst couldn't quite get it back over the net before it ran out of bounds. 24-15 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro with at match point here. Morgan Sharp to serve. Up and over. Mercyhurst with a set and a tip to Edinboro's side. Hannah Cantrell getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge sets it back to Cantrell. Gets a strong hit on it. It's going to go off of Mercyhurst's side, hands, and out of bounds there. 25-15 here at Macomb Fieldhouse is the final score of the second set. Edinboro currently now has 2 sets under their belt. And here we play best of 5. So they're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to take a 1 minute and 30-second break here on 88.9 WFSE Fighting Scots Radio.
This is Senior. Those who create. Those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst serve up and over. Megan Scraptuck getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge getting a hand on it. Sierra Jackson sending a strong hit into the net. She's going to hit the floor on Edinboro's side. Be Mercyhurst point 3-0 here in the third set. Mercyhurst serve up and over. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge setting it to Sierra Jackson, who sends in a tip to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst sending it back with a strong hit. Eldridge diving on the floor for it. Breyer slowing it down. Jackson sending it over to Mercyhurst side. The Lakers attempting to send it back, but it's going to go into the net and hit the floor of their own side. It's going to be Edinboro's first point of the set. 3-1 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Jessica Giannacaro to serve for Edinboro. Giannacaro serve up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a tip from Mercyhurst. Molly Breyer coming flying in. Alicia Eldridge slowing it down. Sierra Jackson sending a strong hit to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst getting control and sending it over to Edinboro's side. Breyer to Eldridge to circle, sending it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst sending it to Edinboro's side. It's going to go off of Alicia Eldridge's hands before it goes out of bounds. It's going to be Mercyhurst point there. 4-1 here in this third set. Mercyhurst to serve. Serve is up and over. Right to Molly Breyer. Alicia Eldridge getting a set on it to Sierra Jackson. Sierra Jackson, very strong hit going into Mercyhurst's hands and hitting the floor on Edinboro's side. We mentioned it, as hard as you hit that ball, if they block that ball, it's going to go that hard right back at you. And it just happened to go through the Edinboro players and onto the floor. Mercyhurst serve up and over. Alicia Eldridge with a signature side tip, but Mercyhurst ready for it. Sending it over to Edinboro's side. Breyer diving for it. Eldridge coming flying in on the ground, trying to get control of it one more time so they can send it over the net. But it didn't go up high enough that she could do that. Score is now 6-1 here in this third set here at Macomb Fieldhouse. They're going to take a 1-minute timeout, but we're going to take a 30-second timeout here on 88.9 WFSE Fighting Scots Radio.
The Edinboro Sports Network provides live coverage of Fighting Scots sports on the campus radio station at 88.9 WFSC, streaming live at edinboronow.com.
For those who think, those who create, those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
I am your play-by-play and color commentator for this matchup against Mercyhurst University. Both teams ready to go after the timeout. Mercyhurst getting ready to serve. Up and over right to Jessica Giannacaro. Eldridge with a set to Scraptuck coming flying in with a very strong hit to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst gaining control of it, trying to send it over to Edinboro's side, but Edinboro's going to block it back to them. Mercyhurst getting it through Edinboro's defense there, but Edinboro's coming right back in with a flying leg and Scraptuck again with a strong hit. But it's going to go off of Mercyhurst's hands and hit the floor of Edinboro's side. 7-1 here in this third set. Mercyhurst in the lead. Mercyhurst serve up and over. Jessica Giancarlo getting a hand on it. Eldridge slowing down with a set to Jackson. Jackson sending it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst slowing it down with a tip to Edinboro side. Breyer coming, diving in to try to keep the ball up, but it's going to hit the floor before she can get there. It's going to be Mercyhurst point there, 8-1 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in the third set. Mercyhurst to serve. Up and over, Jessica Giancarlo to Eldridge with a set to Jackson. A very strong hit. Going to hit the back of Mercyhurst box and be Edinboro's point. Their second point of the set. 8-2 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Sally Sturkle to serve for Edinboro now. Sturkle serve up and over. Mercyhurst Labaro getting a hand on it. Mercyhurst slowing it down to themselves and sending it into the hands of Paige Morris and Megan Skreptok. It's going to go out of bounds. 9-2 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst with the serve now. The Lakers serve is going to be over, and it's going to be 10-2 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Kind of went into the net a little weirdly there, but it did go over. The Lakers serve up and over once again. Jessica Giancarlo getting a hand on it, but it's going to go way far to the left and go into the kind of like a little press box on the ground there on the far side of the gym. It's going to be Mercyhurst point in their serve now. Up and over, but it's going to go to the right of Edinboro's court and be Edinboro's point. 11-3 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Sierra Jackson to serve for Edinboro now. Jackson serve is up and over. Mercyhurst slowing it down for themselves as they tip it over to Edinboro's side. A set from Eldridge and a hit from Reptok. It's going to get tipped off Mercyhurst's hands and go out of bounds there. 11-4 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst in the lead. Sierra Jackson to serve for Edinboro. Up and over onto the Lakers side with a set and a hit. It's going to go off the hands of duo Paige Morris and Alicia Eldridge and hit the ground of Mercyhurst side. 11-5. Again, as hard as the hit goes, it's going to go into their hands and hit the floor. Jackson serve for Edinboro over to Mercyhurst side. A strong hit from Mercyhurst going all the way diagonal across the court and hitting the nearest side of the court here. If you're looking at it from home side. 12-5 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst in the lead in this third set. Again, if you're just tuning in, Edinboro is leading with 2 sets under their belt. Mercyhurst serve is up and over. Eldridge with a set to Skreptok with a hit. Mercyhurst trying to get a hand on it, but it's going to go out of bounds. 12-6 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst still in the lead. It's going to be Megan Skreptok serve for Edinboro. Serve is up and over. Mercyhurst sending it back. Skreptok getting a hand on it. Brentar sending it to Cantrell, who gets a hand on it and sending it over to Mercyhurst side. With a hit from Mercyhurst. Molly Breyer gets a hand on it, and it's going to go to the very, 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 very far end of the gym on the way other side. It's just kind of repelled off her hands there. It's going to be Mercyhurst point 13-6 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve. Up and over right to Megan Skreptok. Eldridge getting a hand on it. Brentar sending it over to Mercyhurst side. A set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Brentar slowing it down. Eldridge getting a hand on it, sending it to Cantrell, who hits it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst attempts to hit it to Edinboro side, but the duo again of Lisa Eldridge and Paige Morris send it to the floor of Mercyhurst side, getting Edinboro the point. 13-7 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Molly Breyer to serve for Edinboro. Breyer serve is up and over. Mercyhurst with a set and a very, very light hit. It's going to hit the floor of Edinboro side there. 14-17. If you're watching on the live stream, it kind of almost looked like she was just floating in the air as she tipped that over the net. Mercyhurst serve up and over. It's going to hit the floor of Edinboro's side as a flying Hannah Brenthart almost made contact with it, but she was already in motion and can't stop midair. 15 to 7 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in the third set. Mercyhurst serve is up and over. They're going to call it in. 16 to 7 here in the third set. The Lakers serve is up and over right to Hannah Brenthart. Alicia Eldridge to Sally Sturkle. Sturkle getting a hand on it, sending it to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst trying to send it back to Edinboro side, but Sturkle is going to block it immediately. Back over Edinboro side. Eldridge to cancel with a strong hit. It's going to go off Mercyhurst's hands and out of bounds. 16 to 8 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Alicia Eldridge to serve for Edinboro now. With a little bit of substitution on Edinboro side, you've got Sally Sturkle, Hannah Cantrell, Sierra Jackson, Molly Breyer, Megan Skreptok, and Alicia Eldridge. Eldridge's serve is up and over with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. It's going to hit the floor of Edinboro side. 17 to 8 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in the third set. Mercyhurst serve is up and over right to Molly Breyer with a set from Eldridge and a strong hit from Sturkle. It's going to hit the floor of Mercyhurst's side of the Edinboro point. 17 to 9 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro switching out Hannah Cantrell for Jessica Giannacaro, and Giannacaro is going to go to serve now. Serve is up and over onto the Lakers side. The Lakers a little bit of a fake out there, but getting a strong hit on it, and it's going to hit Edinboro's side, or the side of Edinboro's floor. 18 to 9 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst leading in this third set. Mercyhurst to serve now. Up and over right to Jessica Giannacaro with a set from Eldridge and a strong hit from Jackson. Right to Mercyhurst's side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Giannacaro getting a hand on it. Eldridge setting it to Skreptok. A strong hit from Skreptok. Mercyhurst Navarro gets a hand on it. They're going to send it back to Edinboro side. Skreptok slowing it down. Eldridge setting it for Sturkle to get a hand on it. Sturkle's going to send it to Mercyhurst's side. It's going to go through a player's hands and hit the floor there. 10 to 18 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst in the lead. Sally Sturkle to serve for Edinboro. Sturkle serve is up and over. The Lakers with a set and a hit. It's going to go off of Edinboro's hands and out of bounds. 19 to 10 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst in the lead. Mercyhurst serve here. Up and over. Jessica Giannacaro getting a hand on it. As Molly Breyer is sent running, it's going to go into the bleachers before Breyer can get a hand on it. 20 to 10 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst Lakers have a 10-point lead here on the Fighting Scots in this third set. The Lakers serve up and over. A set from Eldridge. Sierra Jackson coming flying in to attempt to hit it, but it's going to hit the floor of Edinboro's side. 21 to 10 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. The Lakers again to serve. Serve's going to go up and out of bounds. 21 to 11 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Sierra Jackson to serve for Edinboro now. Jackson's serve is going to go up and over. The Lakers getting a set and a hit on it. It's going to go off of Edinboro's hands before it goes out of bounds. 22 to 11 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this third set. Mercyhurst Lakers are leading, and they are up to serve. Serve is going to be up and over. Skreptok getting a hand on it. Eldridge with a set. Paige Morris with a quick tip to Mercyhurst's side, but Mercyhurst ready for it. Sending it back, but Edinboro is going to immediately block it back over. Mercyhurst sending it over. Skreptok to Eldridge to Skreptok, sending it back over to Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst, an attempted hit, is going to go into the top of the net and hit the floor of their own side. 22 to 12 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Megan Skreptok to serve for Edinboro. Mercyhurst in the lead in this third set. Again, if you're just tuning in, Edinboro currently has 2 sets under their belt. We are in the third. Skreptok serve up and over. Mercyhurst trying to gain control a little bit, sending it over to Edinboro side. Brenthart to Eldridge with a set to Cantrell. Cantrell, a strong hit, but it's going to go outside the, they're going to call it inside. 22-13 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst in the lead. Megan Skruptak up to serve for Edinboro. Skruptak serve up and over. Mercyhurst gaining control very quickly. A strong hit over to Edinboro side. Breyer to Eldridge gaining control, sending it to Cantrell. Cantrell with a strong hit, but Mercyhurst is going to block it and send it to the floor of Edinboro side. 23-13 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve. Mercyhurst serve up and over. Hannah Brenthart getting a hand on it. Skruptak slowing it down and gaining control as Breyer's just going to send it over. Mercyhurst sending it back to Edinboro side, but Cantrell's going to give it a quick tip back to their own side. Mercyhurst back to Edinboro side. Eldridge with a set to Cantrell. Cantrell's hit's going to get blocked and set back over to Edinboro side. Breyer getting it back to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst is going to send it over to Edinboro side and it's going to hit the floor. 24-13 here in this third set. Mercyhurst to serve, and they are at match point now. There's going to be a service error, and it's going to be Edinboro's point. 24-14 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Molly Breyer to serve for Edinboro. Serve is up and over. Mercyhurst quickly gaining control of it, but Sally Circle's going to give it a quick tip, and it's going to hit the ground very quickly. 24-15, Molly Breyer to serve again for Edinboro. Mercyhurst in the lead in this third set. Edinboro currently has 2 sets under their belt. Breyer's serve is up and over with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Brenthart is going to get a hand on it. Eldridge is going to tip it over, but Mercyhurst is going to move quickly on their feet. Send it back to Edinboro side, but Edinboro is going to quickly block it. Mercyhurst with a strong hit is going to go outside the box on Edinboro's side and beat Edinboro's point. 24-16 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst in the lead. Molly Breyer to serve for Edinboro. Up and over onto Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit. It's going to hit the very back right corner of Edinboro's side, and that's going to be the end of the third set. 25-17 is the final score of that set. Now currently Edinboro has 2 sets under their belt. Mercyhurst with 1 under their belt. We are going into a 4th set here at Macomb Fieldhouse of this matchup right after a 1-minute and 30-second break here on 88.9 WFSE Fighting Scots Radio.
In 1964, a gallon of milk cost 49 cents.
For those who think, those who create, those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
A legacy of great college radio with the support of our underwriters, including Bonnell's Auto Services in Erie and Fairview, Auto Glass Replacement and Repair in Fairview, Auto Sales in Erie and Fairview, and full rod shop services and restoration in Fairview.
You don't have to miss even a minute. It's the Fighting Scots in action on the Edinboro Sports Network. On the radio at 88.9 WFSC and online at edinboronow.com. Video of many home games is also featured on ETV. This game broadcast is underwritten in part by the Edinboro Hotel Bar at 100 Meadville Street in downtown Edinboro, providing a variety of lunch and dinner items every day. Details are available at 814-734-5103 or online at edinborohotelbar.com. The Edinboro Hotel Bar, where you had me at hotel.
Hello and welcome back. We are here at Macomb Fieldhouse. My name is Maddie G. I am your play-by-play and color commentator for this women's volleyball matchup against Mercyhurst University. Going into the game, Edinboro was sitting 13-13 overall and 6-10 in the PSAC Northwest. Mercyhurst was sitting 10-19 overall and 5-11 in the PSAC Northwest. Currently, we are going, as I said, into our fourth set in about 40 seconds here. Edinboro currently has 2 sets under their belt. Mercyhurst with the 1 under their belt. Both teams looking ready to go with 33 seconds left on the clock here. On Edinboro's side, it looks like we've got Sierra Jackson, Sally Strickle, Hannah Cantrell, Megan Skrepchuk, Paige Morris, and Alicia Eldridge. But as I say that, Molly Breyer is making her way up to the court to rotate out with Paige Morris. Alicia Eldridge is going to be to serve for Edinboro. Eldridge's serve is up and over. Mercyhurst getting a hand on it, gaining control, and sending it over to Edinboro's side. Circle getting a hand on it. A set from Eldridge and a hit from Circle. Mercyhurst ready for it, sending it back to Edinboro, but a block from Circle and Jackson. There's going to be a whistle there before, and it's going to be Mercyhurst point. 1-0 here at McComb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve now. Up and over the serve goes Eldridge, gaining control of it for Edinboro as Sierra Jackson comes flying in to hit it onto Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst again sending a strong hit from Edinboro's side. Eldridge gaining control. Cantrell tipping it over to Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst sending it back to Edinboro's side, and it's going to be out of the back of the box there. It's going to be Edinboro's point. 1-1 here at McComb Fieldhouse in this fourth set. Jessica Giancarlo to serve for Edinboro now. Giancarlo's serve is up and over onto Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst almost lost it there, but they got it back over the net. Eldridge to Jackson, sending it over to Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst gaining control of it, sending it back to Edinboro's side. Jackson getting a hand on it. Mercyhurst immediately sending it back to Edinboro's side. Giancarlo to Eldridge. Skrepchuk sending it over to Mercyhurst's side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. It's going to go right to the middle of Edinboro's court and hit the floor. It's going to be Mercyhurst's point there, 2-1 here at McComb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst again to serve here in this fourth set. Service up and over. Megan Skrepchuk ready for it. Alicia Eldridge sets to Sierra Jackson. A block from Mercyhurst. There's going to be a whistle before the ball goes back over the net. They're going to call a 4 hit on Edinboro, and it's going to be Mercyhurst's point there. 3-1 here at McComb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve. Up and over. Breyer gets a hand on it. Eldridge sets it to Circle with a strong tip over to Mercyhurst's side. Mercyhurst is going to send it back. Jessica Giancarlo is going to go rolling, trying to get it, but it is going to hit the floor of Edinboro's side and be Mercyhurst's point. 4-1 here at McComb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst in the lead in this fourth set. Mercyhurst's serve is up and over right to Molly Breyer. Alicia Eldridge setting it to Megan Skrepchuk. Megan Skrepchuk sending it to Mercyhurst's side. A lot of scrambling on Mercyhurst's side, and it's going to be Edinboro's point before it hits the ground. 4-2 here at McComb Fieldhouse. Sally Strickle to serve for Edinboro. Serve is going to be short. It's going to be Mercyhurst's point. 5-2 here at McComb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst in the lead in this fourth set. Again, if you're just tuning in, Edinboro has 2 sets under their belt, and Mercyhurst currently has 1 under their belt. We are in a fourth set. The Lakers serve up and over. Giancarlo getting a hand on it. Eldridge to Skrepchuk, sending it over. A set and a hit from Mercyhurst is going to go out the back of the box of Edinboro's side. Sierra Jackson to serve for Edinboro now. Up and over on the Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst slowing it down and gaining control as they send it to Edinboro's side. A set and a hit from Paige Morris. to the floor of Mercyhurst side. Going to be Edinboro's point, 5-4 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst in the lead in this fourth set. Sierra Jackson to serve for Edinboro. Jackson serve up and over. Mercyhurst with a set and a hit. It's going to go all the way over Edinboro's court and hit the back of the wall. 5-5 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. But they are going to call a tip, as they adjust the scoreboard. They're going to call a tip off of Edinboro's hands before it hit the wall. 6-4 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. It is going to be Mercyhurst point and their serve. Up and over right to Hannah Brentar. Eldridge with a set to Paige Morris, coming in behind her, sending it to Mercyhurst side, but Mercyhurst is going to send it back to them. But it is going to go all the way over their court again, and this time be Edinboro's point. 6-5 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Megan Skreptok to serve for Edinboro. Skreptok serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side. The Lakers slowing it down as they send it to Edinboro side, but the duo of Paige Morris and Alicia Eldridge are going to block the ball, and it's going to hit the floor of Mercyhurst side. 6-6, all tied up here in the fourth set, I should say, as Megan Skreptok gets ready to serve for Edinboro. Up and over on the Mercyhurst side. A set and a hit from the Lakers right to Hannah Brentar. Molly Breyer gaining control of it. Hannah Cantrell sending it over to Mercyhurst side. With a set and a hit from Mercyhurst, Molly Breyer gets a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge sets it to Hannah Cantrell, who sends it right to the floor of Mercyhurst side. It's going to be Edinboro's point there. 7-6 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Megan Skreptok to serve for Edinboro. Skreptok serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit. A flying Hannah Brentar comes in, but couldn't quite make the connection and get the ball back over the net before it hit the ground. 7-7 here, all tied up again in this fourth set. Mercyhurst to serve. Up and over the serve goes right to Hannah Brentar. Alicia Eldridge with a set to Hannah Cantrell, getting a hand on it, sending it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst with a hit to Edinboro side. Hannah Brentar flying in front of the, behind the ball, but I should have said behind. Flying behind the ball. As the ball went in front of her, it did miss the connection there. It's going to be Mercyhurst point, 8-7. Mercyhurst serve is up and over. The ball kind of stopped mid-air there in the middle of the net. On to Edinboro side, Eldridge with a set to Cantrell. Cantrell sending it to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst Lombardo scooting around her own teammate to gain control of the ball again, sending it to Edinboro side. Edinboro sending it back to Mercyhurst, but immediately Mercyhurst with a block sends it back to Edinboro side. Mercyhurst sends it right to Megan Skreptok. Alicia Eldridge getting a tip on it, and it kind of just flew mid-air with a tip on it from Mercyhurst. It's going to go out of bounds and be Edinboro's point there. 8-8 here, all tied up. Molly Breyer to serve for Edinboro now. Serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Hannah Brentar comes in, sends it to Alicia Eldridge. Alicia Eldridge an attempted tip, but it's going to go in front of the net and hit the floor of Edinboro's side. 9-8 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this fourth set. Mercyhurst Lakers up to serve. Up and over the ball goes. Megan Skreptok to Alicia Eldridge. Hannah Cantrell getting a hand on it, sending it over to Mercyhurst side with a hit from Mercyhurst. The duo of Alicia Eldridge and Sally Sturkle are going to send it to the floor of Mercyhurst side. 9-9, all tied up here in the fourth set. Freshman Alicia Eldridge to serve. Once again, if you haven't been tuning in, before this game, Eldridge led the team in assists with 845. Serve is up and over. Mercyhurst getting kind of setting it up and then setting it up again for themselves over the net. Edinboro's Alicia Eldridge coming flying in underneath the net, trying to save the ball from hitting the ground on their side, but it's going to go out of bounds. 10-9 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this fourth set. Mercyhurst Lakers to serve. Up and over, Molly Breyer getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge gaining control of it as Hannah Cantrell gives it a strong kick and sends it outside the box on Mercyhurst side. 11-9 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve now. Serve's going to be up and over right to Hannah Cantrell. It's going to go over to Mercyhurst side. They're going to block it back to Edinboro side. Sierra Jackson to Eldridge to Jackson, sending it over to Mercyhurst side. A set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Eldridge keeping it up in the air, but only for a second before it hits the ground of Edinboro side. 12-9 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this fourth set. Mercyhurst again to serve. It's going to be number 15, Katie Baird. Up and over. Hannah Cantrell getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge with a set to Sally Circle. Sally Circle giving it a strong hit. Mercyhurst quickly gaining control of it and sending it back to the floor of Edinboro's side. 13-9 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this fourth set. Mercyhurst is leading. They're going to take a timeout here, and we're going to take a timeout with them right here on 88.9 WFSC Fighting Scots Radio.
There are over 9 billion animals raised on farms and ranches across the country each year. For far too long,
Those who create. Those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
store, be sure to choose products that are American Humane certified. The purchasing decisions you make each week can positively impact the lives of billions of animals on our nation's farms and ranches. Live better, live healthy, be humane. To learn more, visit AmericanHumane.org.
Welcome back. My name is Maddie G. I'm your play-by-play and color commentator of this women's volleyball matchup against Mercyhurst University. The score is now 13-9 in the fourth set. Mercyhurst is to serve. Up and over right to Molly Breyer. Alicia Eldridge getting a set on it to Sierra Jackson with a very strong hit, sending it to Mercyhurst side. With a set and a hit, Mercyhurst sends it right back and to the back box of Edinboro's side. It's going to hit the floor there. 14-9 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this fourth set. Again, if you're just tuning in, Edinboro currently has 2 sets under their belt, and Mercyhurst has 1 under theirs. Mercyhurst serve up and over. Hannah Cantrell getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge setting it up for Sally Circle to hit it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst quickly gaining control, sending it back to Edinboro's side. Eldridge getting a hand on it. Breyer to Cantrell, sending it back to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst again back to Edinboro side. Scrub talk to Eldridge to Jackson with a strong hit onto Mercyhurst side. There's going to be a whistle there, and it is going to be Edinboro's point. 14-10 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this fourth set. It's going to be Jessica Giannacaro to serve for Edinboro now. Giannacaro's serve is going to be up and over onto Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst getting a hand on it. And then again, and then it's going to fly out of bounds on them and be Edinboro's point. 14-11 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Jessica Giannacaro again to serve for Edinboro. Serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit. Eldridge getting a hand on it, sending it to Circle. Circle sends it to Jackson. Sends it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst trying to get it past Edinboro's defense here. Edinboro just blocking shot after shot here. Eldridge to Greptalk, gonna send it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst again attempting to set it ahead, Edinboro side. A quick set up from Circle as it went off of her hands. Sierra Jackson saw it falling and reacted very quickly as she tried to get it over the net, but it is going to be Mercyhurst's point there. 15-11 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve. Serve's going to be up and over. It's going to be over Edinboro's court here, and Edinboro's point. 15-12 here in this fourth set. Sally Circle to serve for Edinboro now. Serve's going to be up and over on the Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst with a set and a hit. It's going to hit the floor of Edinboro's side and be Mercyhurst's point. 16-12 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. It's going to be the Lakers' serve now. Serve is going to be up and over. Excuse me, spoke too soon. Serve is going to be short in Edinboro's point. 16-13 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Sierra Jackson to serve for Edinboro now. Serve is going to be up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit. The duo of Megan Skrepchuk and Paige Morris are going to block it, send it back to Edinboro, or excuse me, to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst sending it back to Edinboro. The duo of Paige Morris and Alicia Aldridge are going to get a block on it, but it's going to go out of bounds. 17-13 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in the fourth set. It's going to be Mercyhurst serve now. Serve up and over. Right to Hannah Brentar. Alicia Aldridge running to keep it in play. Megan Skrepchuk sending it over to Mercyhurst side. A set and a hit from Mercyhurst, but a block from Edinboro. Mercyhurst sending it over to Edinboro, but before that, a whistle is called. They're going to call a double hit on Mercyhurst, so it's going to be Edinboro's point. 17-14 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst in the lead in this fourth set. Megan Skrepchuk, senior of Edinboro, to serve. Serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst gaining control with a set and a hit. It's going to go out of bounds to the left of the court on Edinboro's side. It's going to be 17-15 now. Megan Skrepchuk again to serve for Edinboro. Mercyhurst still in the lead. Skrepchuk serve up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst right to Hannah Brentar. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it, sending it to Cantrell. Cantrell getting a hand on it with a strong hit. Mercyhurst is going to block it. It's going to roll across the court and hit the floor. 18-15 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst in the lead in this fourth set. Mercyhurst Labaro to serve now. Up and over onto Edinboro side. Eldridge setting it to Cantrell, who's going to tip it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst is going to quickly gain control of it, attempt to send it to Edinboro side. But the duo of Alicia Aldridge and Paige Morris are going to prevent that and get Edinboro one more point here. 18-16 here in this fourth set. Molly Breyer to serve for Edinboro now. Breyer serve is up and over. A block from Circle is going to hit the floor of Mercyhurst side. 18-17 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Molly Breyer to serve once again for Edinboro. Breyer serve is up and over onto Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit right to Molly Breyer. Breyer gains control of it quickly. Eldridge with a set to Cantrell. Cantrell sending it over to Mercyhurst side. There's going to be a double hit on Mercyhurst side, and they're going to tie it up. 18-18 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this fourth set. They're going to take a timeout. We're going to take a 30-second timeout here on WFSC Fighting Scots Radio.
It's all Fighting Scots on Edinboro Sports Network, including 88.9 WFSC and EdinboroNow.com. ETV, the campus television station, also features many of the home contests. This game broadcast is provided in part by support from John's Wildwood Pizzeria, open every day at 105 Erie Street in downtown Edinboro. For eat-in, delivery, or takeout, John's menu includes pizza, hoagies, calzones, wings, salads, and more. Information is at 814-734-7355 or on the web at johnswildwoodpizza.com.
Welcome back. We are here at Macomb Fieldhouse. My name is Maddie G. I am your play-by-play and color commentator for tonight's women's volleyball matchup against Mercyhurst University. We are currently tied 18-18 here in the fourth set. If you're just tuning in, Edinboro currently has 2 sets under their belt, and Mercyhurst has 1 under theirs. It's going to be Molly Breyer for Edinboro to serve. Serve is going to be up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst right to Megan Skrepchuk. Alicia Eldridge gaining control and sending it to Hannah Cantrell. Cantrell getting it to Mercyhurst side with a set and a tip from Mercyhurst. 4 Edinboro players hitting the floor to save it. Cantrell getting it over to Mercyhurst side. A tip from Mercyhurst. Brentar flying in. Eldridge gaining control for Edinboro. Hannah Cantrell getting a hit on it. sending it to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst again to Edinboro side. Brentar getting a hand on it. Eldridge sending it to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst a strong hit to Edinboro side. Breyer getting a hand on it, sending it to Eldridge. Eldridge to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst sending it to Edinboro side. Scots getting a hand on it. Breyer running and diving for it, but she couldn't quite get there just in time. Gonna hit the floor and be Mercyhurst point there. 19-18 here in the fourth set. Mercyhurst to serve now. Up and over. Brentar getting a hand on Eldridge with a set to Cantrell. Cantrell getting a strong hit on it, but it's going to rebound off of block from Mercyhurst and hit the floor. 20-18 here in the fourth set. They're going to take another timeout. We're going to take another 30-second timeout with them here on 88.9 WFSC Fighting Scots Radio.
If you want to stay on top of your... For those who think, those who create, those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
Welcome back. We are here at Macomb Fieldhouse. My name is Maddie G. I'm your play-by-play and color commentator for this matchup against Mercyhurst University. 20-18 the score sits in this fourth set as Mercyhurst gets ready to serve here. Her serve is going to be up and over, right to Hannah Brentar. Alicia Eldridge with a set on it to Sally Circle. Sally Circle hit going to go into the net and be Mercyhurst point there. 21-18 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. The Lakers leading in this fourth set. Serve is going to be up and over. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge. Hannah Cantrell. Mercyhurst is going to block it and send it back to Edinboro side. Brentar to Cantrell. Cantrell getting a hit on it, and it's going to hit the very edge of the court on Mercyhurst side and be Edinboro's point. 21-19 here in the fourth set as Alicia Eldridge gets ready to serve for Edinboro. Eldridge's serve is going to be up and over onto Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst gaining control of it and sending it to Edinboro side. It's going to go off of the duo of Sierra Jackson and Sally Circle's hands and out of bounds. Going to be Mercyhurst point there, 22-19 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve up and over onto Edinboro side. Breyer to Eldridge to Jackson, sending it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst getting a couple hands on it before they attempt to send it to Edinboro side. They do send it to Edinboro side. Edinboro's going to get a block on it and send it to the floor of Mercyhurst side. 22-20 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Jessica Giancarlo to serve for Edinboro. Giancarlo's serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a dig and a set and a tip from Mercyhurst. Sierra Jackson dives in. Megan Skreptok dives in. Molly Breyer goes right above her to hit it over the net. On the Mercyhurst side, a strong hit from Mercyhurst right to Molly Breyer. A set and a hit from Sierra Jackson. Mercyhurst over to Edinboro side. Breyer gaining control. Sally Circle sending it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst getting a hit on it, but Edinboro is going to block it back to them. Mercyhurst again getting a hit on it, and it's going to hit the very back of Edinboro's box there. 20-23 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst in the lead in this fourth set. If you're just tuning in, Edinboro currently has 2 sets under their belt. Mercyhurst has 1 under theirs. On the court after some substitutions for Edinboro, you've got Alicia Eldridge, Sierra Jackson, Sally Circle, Hannah Cantrell, Molly Breyer, and Megan Skreptok. Mercyhurst to serve now. Up and over. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it. Alicia Eldridge sets it to Sierra Jackson behind her. She's going to get a hand on it and hit it. It's going to be Edinboro's point there. 23-21 here now at Macomb Fieldhouse in this fourth set. Sally Circle to serve. Up and over the ball goes. Mercyhurst running to keep it in control of it. They're going to get their 3 hits, and it's going to hit the top of the building here. Edinboro's going to get the point, 23-22 in the fourth set. Yes, that is correct. Fourth set. Sally Strickle again to serve for Edinboro. Serve up and over. Mercyhurst getting a hand on it, setting it and hitting it to Edinboro's side. Edinboro's going to block it right back to them with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Eldridge gets a hand on it. Strickle gets a hand on it. Sierra Jackson's going to find a strong hit to Mercyhurst's side. It's going to go in between Mercyhurst players' hands and the net. Be Edinboro's point. 23-23 here in the fourth set at Macomb Fieldhouse. We're going to take a 30-second timeout right here on 88.9 WFSE Fighting Scots Radio.
So you don't have to.
Ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
Welcome back. We are here at Macomb Fieldhouse, coming back from a timeout at this women's volleyball matchup against Mercyhurst University. The teams are currently tied 23-23 in this fourth set. Edinboro currently has 2 sets under their belt. Mercyhurst has 1. Sally Strickle to serve for Edinboro. Serve is up and over on a Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst gaining control of it, slowing it down very quickly. A strong hit right to the back of Edinboro's box. Going to bring Mercyhurst to match point, 24-23 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst to serve. Serve is up and over. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it. Eldridge setting it to Jackson with a strong hit, bringing Edinboro to match point. 24-24 tied here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Sierra Jackson to serve in the fourth. Serve's going to be up and over on the Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst gaining control of it before they can send it to Edinboro's side, but it's going to go into the net and be Edinboro's point. 25-24 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro's going to be at match point now. Sierra Jackson again with the serve. Mercyhurst gaining control of it and getting a hit on it. 25-25 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in the fourth. Mercyhurst to serve now. Serve is up and over. Molly Breyer getting a hand on Alicia Eldridge running to try to save it. She couldn't quite make the connection there. 26-25 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst again to serve as they are at match point. Up and over. Breyer getting a hand on it. Eldridge setting it to Skreptok with a strong hit. It's going to go over Mercyhurst court. 27-25 is going to be the final score of the fourth set. And we are going into a fifth set here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Right after this, we're going to take a 2-minute break here on 88.9 WFSE Fighting Scots Radio.
For those who think, those who create, those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
We've got this matchup tonight that started at 6, and this Edinboro women's volleyball team, will return once again tomorrow at 6 to face off against Gannon University. Alicia Eldridge with the first serve of the game. Edinboro with the ball. Eldridge to Jackson with a hit over to Mercyhurst's side, getting the first point of the set. Again, in the 5th set, we played a 15 here. Both teams ready to go. Alicia Eldridge is tying her shoe before she takes her serve. Eldridge's serve is going to be up and short. It's going to be Mercyhurst's point. 1-1 here in this 5th set. It's going to be Mercyhurst to serve now. Up and over, right to Molly Breyer. Alicia Eldridge with a set. Sally Circle with a tip onto the floor of Mercyhurst's side. 2-1 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this 5th set. Edinboro currently leading. Hannah Cantrell to serve for Edinboro. Cantrell's serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Edinboro's going to block it. It's going to roll off of their hands and out of bounds on Mercyhurst's side. It's going to be Edinboro's point. 3-1 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Hannah Cantrell to serve for Edinboro. Serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. It's going to hit in the very back of Edinboro's box and be Mercyhurst's point. 3-2 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro in the lead in this 5th set. Mercyhurst to serve. Up and over onto Edinboro's side. Scrap talk to Eldridge with a set to Jackson. Jackson getting a strong hit on it. Mercyhurst scrambling to gain control of the ball before they send it back to Edinboro's side. Breyer, Eldridge with a signature Eldridge side tip onto the floor of Mercyhurst's side. 4-2 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro in the lead. Sally Circle to serve for Edinboro. They rotated out. It's going to be Molly Breyer to serve for Edinboro. Up and over to Mercyhurst's side with a set and a hit. It's going to go off of the duo of Sierra Jackson and Paige Morris's hands. Mercyhurst gains control of the ball again. Sends it back into Paige Morris and Sierra Jackson's hands. It's going to hit the floor of Mercyhurst's side this time. 5-2 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Molly Breyer to serve. Up and over on the Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst sending themselves running. And then over to Edinboro's side. Breyer to Eldridge with a set to Jackson. A strong hit. It's going to bounce off it's going to bounce off of Mercyhurst Labaro's hands and go out of bounds. I had to catch my words there before they fell out of my mouth. They're going to take a timeout here. We're going to take a 30-second timeout with them as the score sits 6-2 in this 5th set here on 88.9 WFSE Fighting Scots Radio.
Sherman Gillums Jr., Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Those who create. Those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. for those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
Hello and welcome back. We are here at Macomb Fieldhouse in the 5th set of this women's volleyball matchup against Mercyhurst University. The score is 6-2 here as Molly Breyer gets ready to serve for Edinboro. Breyer serve is going to go up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Alicia Eldridge diving for it, sending Megan Skrepchuk running almost into the bleachers, but it's going to hit the ground before she can get there. 6-3 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in the 5th set. Edinboro in the lead. Mercyhurst to serve. Mercyhurst serve is going to be up and over. Molly Breyer gets a hand on it, but it's going to roll off her hand the wrong way and hit the floor immediately. 6-4 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this 5th set against the Mercyhurst University Lakers. Mercyhurst serve is up and over. Hannah Cantrell gets a hand on it, sends her own teammates running. They could not make it to the ball in time, and it is going to be Mercyhurst point. 6-5 now in this 5th set. Again, in the 5th set, they go to 15. Mercyhurst serve up and over. Molly Breyer getting a hand on it. Eldridge setting it backwards to Jackson, who gets a hand on it. She's going to hit it right into the wheelbarrow of Mercyhurst's hand, and it's going to hit the ground. 7-5 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this 5th set. Sierra Jackson to serve for Edinboro. Up and over the serve goes, but it's going to go off to the side of Mercyhurst court and be Mercyhurst point. 7-5 here, or excuse me, 7-6 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this 5th set. Mercyhurst to serve. Up and over, Molly Breyer. Alicia Eldridge setting it to Paige Morris, who comes in with a quick hit and she sends it to the floor of Mercyhurst side. 8-6 here at Macomb Fieldhouse as they are switching sides. Excuse me, I got distracted once again. Score sits 8-6 in this 5th set. For Edinboro side, currently you've got Hannah Cantrell, Alicia Eldridge, Paige Morris, Molly Breyer, Hannah Brentar, and Megan Skrepchuk is going to serve. With the whistle, Skrepchuk serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst with a set and a hit over to Edinboro side. Edinboro an attempted block, sends their own teammates diving, but they do gain control of it and send it back over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst sending it back to Edinboro side very quickly and onto the floor. 8-7 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this 5th set. Edinboro in the lead. Mercyhurst to serve. Serve is up and over right to Hannah Brentar. A set from Alicia Eldridge and a hit from Paige Morris. Mercyhurst scrambling a little bit to gain control, but they do and send it back to Edinboro side. A set and a hit from Hannah Cantrell over to Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit, but Edinboro's going to block it. The duo of Paige Morris and Hannah Cantrell. 9-7 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro in the lead in this 5th set. Some substitutions. As the official is recognizing the substitutions. Jessica Giannacaro to serve for Edinboro here. Giannacaro serve is up and over on to Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. It's going to go to the back of the box on Edinboro side and hit the floor. 9-8 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro in the lead in this 5th set. Mercyhurst to serve once again. With the whistle, Mercyhurst serve is up and over on to Edinboro side. Skrepchuk getting a hand on it. Eldridge running as quickly as she can across the net. trying to gain control of the ball before it hits the ground, but it's going to hit the ground before she can get there. Tied 9-9 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Mercyhurst will serve right after this 30-second timeout right here on 88.9 WFSE Fighting Scots Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say,
For those who think, those who create, those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
For today, I should just say commentator. I'm one person. We are here at Macomb Fieldhouse in our fifth set, tied 9-9. The Edinboro women's volleyball team and the Mercyhurst University Lakers. Mercyhurst in control of the ball right now with the serve. Up and over right to Megan Skreptok on Edinboro side with a set and a hit from circle. Goes into Mercyhurst's hands and right back to Edinboro side. Hannah Cantrell getting it over to the net again. Mercyhurst with a hit. Slides right into Megan Skreptok's arm and it's going to go out of bounds on Edinboro. 10-9 here at Macomb Fieldhouse as the Lakers take the lead in this fifth set. Serve is up and over from the Lakers. It's going to go off of Megan Skreptok's hands. Alicia Eldridge diving to save it before it hits the ground. Molly Breyer getting it over to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst sending it to Edinboro side. Breyer to Eldridge. Cantrell sending it over to Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Jordan Van Oss now in the match gets a hand on it. Mercyhurst sending it back to Edinboro side. Edinboro sending it back to Mercyhurst side as they're slowing it down with a tip from Mercyhurst. Megan Skreptok slides in to grab it. Alicia Eldridge to Hannah Cantrell, sending it to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst with a strong hit right to Molly Breyer. Eldridge with a set. Cantrell with a hit. It's going to hit the floor of Mercyhurst side and be Edinboro's point, tying this matchup once again. 10-10 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Again, we are in the fifth set if you were just now tuning in. And the fifth set only goes up to 15. Alicia Eldridge to serve for Edinboro. Serve's going to be up and over on the Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst gaining control and sending it over to Edinboro side very quickly, but it is going to go out of bounds before anybody gets a hand on it. 11-10 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Alicia Eldridge again to serve for Edinboro. Eldridge is serve up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit. Sierra Jackson and Sally Circle with an attempted block there. Going to go out of bounds on Edinboro though. 11-11 here at Macomb Fieldhouse in this fifth set. Mercyhurst to serve now. Serve is up and over on to Edinboro side. Molly Breyer getting a hand on Eldridge with a set to Jackson to get the kill there. 12-11 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro in the lead now. Hannah Cantrell to serve for Edinboro. Serve is up and over on the Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst scrambling to gain control. Edinboro pulling ahead 13-11 in this fifth set. There's going to be a timeout. We're going to take a 30-second timeout with them here on 88.9 WFSE Fighting Scots Radio.
The Edinboro Sports Network is your source for live.
For those who think, those who create, those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
Welcome back. We are here at Macomb Fieldhouse. My name is Maddie G. I am your play-by-play and color commentator for this women's volleyball matchup against Mercyhurst University. We are currently sitting 13-11 here in the fifth set. Edinboro in the lead and with control of the serve right now. Hannah Cantrell's serve up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. Sally Circle gets a hand up and blocks it. Right back to Mercyhurst side. Mercyhurst with a hit. Hannah Cantrell gets it. Alicia Eldridge with a set two. Sierra Jackson sends it over. Mercyhurst with a strong hit. It's going to go out of bounds in the corner of Edinboro's side, bringing Edinboro to match point 14-11 here at Macomb Fieldhouse. Hannah Cantrell should serve again for Edinboro. Serve's going to be up and over on the Mercyhurst side with a set and a hit from Mercyhurst. It's going to fly across the net and go out of bounds and be Edinboro's point, bringing our match to a final score of 15-11. That's going to be the end of it, folks. Edinboro with 3, Mercyhurst with 2 at the end of our fifth set. Like I said, tune in again tomorrow tomorrow at noon for the men's football game. Chris and Luke will be on the call for that. And then again at 6 p.m. for the last regular PSAC match of the Fighting Scots 2018 season against Gannon University here at Macomb Fieldhouse. And then to start the morning off, the Fighting Scots will be hosting the PSAC Cross Country Championships at 10 a.m. out on the cross country field, track, course. As alumni Drew Patrick is correcting my language here. And from here at Macomb Fieldhouse, I'm going to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for ETV for providing the stream for us tonight. And then tune in again tomorrow at noon and 6 here on WFSC, as we will be bringing you the coverage of the football game and the volleyball game. But that is it from me here tonight, here on 88.9 WFSC, Fighting Scots Radio.
For those who think, those who create, those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.